Have you ever noticed that certain groups of students seem to face more hurdles or consistently receive different treatment, not just from one person, but from the school's overall way of doing things? It can be a very challenging feeling when something just does not seem fair, especially when it affects your child. Yes, your child might be experiencing systemic discrimination in school. Systemic discrimination refers to patterns of behavior, policies, or practices that are part of the school's established system and create disadvantages for specific groups of students, often those from marginalized communities. It is important to remember that this kind of discrimination does not always involve intentional malice, but rather the unintended consequences of rules or traditions. The core reason this happens is that institutions, including schools, often develop policies and procedures based on a perceived norm that might not account for the diverse needs and backgrounds of all students. For example, a school's disciplinary code, while appearing neutral on the surface, might be applied in ways that disproportionately impact students of color, those with disabilities, or LGBTQ+ youth. This creates a cycle where existing biases are reinforced through everyday school operations, leading to unequal opportunities or treatment, even without individual teachers or staff members actively intending to discriminate. To determine if your child is experiencing systemic discrimination, begin by observing patterns. Look for repeated instances where your child or other children from similar backgrounds are treated differently than their peers. Document specific events, including dates, times, people involved, and the precise nature of the incident. Pay close attention to school policies related to discipline, dress codes, curriculum content, access to resources, or even how parent concerns are typically addressed. Compare these stated policies with their actual application in various situations. It is also helpful to talk to other parents and community members to see if they have noticed similar trends. An important distinction to understand is between individual prejudice and systemic issues. While individual prejudice is harmful, systemic discrimination goes deeper, embedding inequalities into the very structure of the school. Look for signs that the school's standard operating procedures or long-standing traditions are contributing to these disparities. For example, if a specific pathway for gifted students consistently excludes certain demographics, despite academic merit, that could be a systemic issue. Another subtle indicator can be a lack of representation in school leadership, curriculum materials, or even school sanction clubs and activities for diverse student populations. By diligently observing and documenting patterns, understanding the difference between individual acts and systemic issues, and reviewing how school policies are actually implemented, you empower yourself to advocate effectively. Recognizing systemic discrimination allows you to move beyond isolated incidents and address the root causes, fostering a more equitable and supportive learning environment for your child and all students.
If you're into this, like, subscribe, and drop a comment.